Hello and welcome. Today what I want to talk about is one really cool folky finger picking pattern that we're going to do. Okay, we're going to do it in the context of some folk sort of stuff, some pop sort of stuff and some blues sort of stuff. Okay, so you're going to really enjoy this. Okay, if you like finger picking, you want to get good at Travis picking, then check this out. Okay, basically what we're doing one of the patterns from my book Fingerstyle 101. Okay, and the pattern is like this. You could do it in a whole variety of ways like this. Okay, you can hear how we had a little bit of a bluesy edge. Just by changing the fretting hand fingers. Okay, so we're going to keep the pattern the same but change the context of what we're doing by changing what we do with the fretting hand, if that makes sense, right? So the pattern then is called the London pattern. If we take a C chord, we're going to play it, it's going to be like this. Okay, we're going to pinch the A string and the B string together. The A string with the thumb, B string with the middle finger. Okay, then it's thumb on the D string, index on the G. And the count is like 1, 2, and. Okay, then all we're going to do is play those same strings again, but in a slightly different way. And it's going to be A string with the thumb, B string with the middle, D string with the thumb, G string with the index. So break the pattern up into two halves. First half, second half, all together. Okay, so recap what the notes are. A string and B string together, thumb and middle. D string with the thumb, G string with the index. Okay, that's the first half. Second half, A string with the thumb, B string with the middle, D string with the thumb, G string with the index. So all together. That's on a C chord, but if you want to make it sound bluesy, which is you can do straight away, you can add your pinky on to fret 3 of the G string to turn it into a C7 chord. Okay, and that sounds cool. And then if you really want to, you can move it all the way up so that your ring and pinky fingers are on fret 8. And this note here is the F note, so this becomes a F7 chord. You just play the pattern there, you can move it back down, back up there. And if we go up 2 frets higher to fret 10, so the ring's on fret 10, for a G7, and back to the F7. To the C7th. So that's how you play that pattern in a bluesy way. There's obviously other ways you can do it, but you know, you can use bar chords and whatnot as well if you really wanted to. But that's a cool way of just taking one shape, moving it up and down. If you want to do it in a more folky kind of way, you can play the C chord as normal, then add your pinky on to fret 3 of the B string. That's how you can do it in a kind of folky way. And if you want to go slightly more pop, okay, it's not massively pop, you can take a poppy chord progression. A lot of songs these days have the 1, 5, 6, 4 chord progression. So in the key of C, you could do this, you know, the pattern in the key of C using those chords. So C to G, okay, to A minor, to F. Now I'm doing the bar chord version of F, but you don't need to. You could do a simpler version of F if you wanted to, like this, and then you just switch all the strings that you plug. You know, you just basically start on the D and high E, and then play the pattern with the 4 strings there from D, G, B, high E. But I don't want to go into too much detail and make this a massively long video, because you can check out my book Fingerstyle 101 where I talk about all this sort of stuff in detail. There's a video course there as well. But so you can go to fingerstyle101.com/book and check out that book, by the way. Yeah, just have a lot of fun with it, basically. Get good at the pattern. Rewatch the video from the beginning if you need to. And just get good at that to start with. It's important you get a good tone. A lot of people have like this kind of quiet, wishy-washy tone. Now, you know, they get this when they pick with the fingers, but when they strum, it's the opposite. be like really loud and harsh. And I always say to everybody, when you strum, keep it nice and gentle. So you can talk over the top of it, you know? A lot of people drown themselves out. Because when you start singing over loud strumming, it's really difficult. You can't hear yourself. So people strum too loud, so generally, so they need to strum softer, but they pick too softly when they're picking. So when you pick, you need to focus on real like loose fingers, warm them up, loosen them up. You can even just wiggle them around like this. Try and make waves like this, okay? Looks a bit silly, but it engages all the muscles, because a lot of people just pick from the tips. But when you do that, it kind of makes you realise there's actually muscles there in the hand that are moving the fingers, okay? And then once the fingers are a bit more lively and warmed up, pluck each note slowly and loudly. Hear that clarity? That's much better than where there's just no clarity. And that's what you want, clarity, when you're picking. Start really enjoying the melodies, because that's one of the things that separates people who are like sloppy or not so great at fingerpicking to like professionals. The professionals will always have really good strong clarity, you know, and it just sounds nice. And you can play the fanciest pattern in the world, but without that sort of clear tone, it just doesn't sound very, very good. But a simple pattern like that, which does take practice, just like anything, a simple pattern like that though, you know, played with nice, slow, precise clarity, and then, you know, you can build up the tempo. It just sounds really good. It sounds enjoyable, and there's all sorts you can do there. We talked about, you know, blues, folk, and a bit of like kind of modern pop sort of element to playing that sort of thing. But most of all, just have a lot of fun. Go to fingerstyle101.com/book. You can check the book out there. You know, you can get the video course as well along with the book. You can do whatever you want, or you can go to Amazon and get the book if you really prefer, okay? But most of all, have fun, happy finger picking. If you enjoyed this video, check this out as well. Right, cheers, thanks a lot, bye bye.